Good day, everyone. So, this will be our next topic in LM1, teaching science in elementary grades, specifically in chemistry and biology. When somebody asks you, what is your philosophy in life? What will you think of to answer the question? So, this afternoon, we will know about philosophy. So, philosophy is a particular system. It is also a theory or logical analysis of the principles for the conduct of life, thought, knowledge, and the nature of the universe. It encompasses several concepts, including studies on human morals, character, behavior, and the theoretical underpinnings of a particular field or discipline. In this case, philosophy of education. As prospective teachers, it is important for you to understand the philosophical views in education as it will greatly influence your own philosophical thoughts of teaching and learning. Two significant words are noted. We have philosophy and education. So what is really meant by philosophy? The word philosophy is derived from the Greek words philo, which means love, sophos, which means wise, and sophia, which means wisdom. Philosophy intends to search for the truth using logical reasoning aside from factual observation of natural phenomena. Education is derived from the Latin word educare, which means to rear or nourish, and educere, which means to lead forth or draw out. Education is the process of acquiring knowledge. We have the cognitive, the habits, attitudes, interests, which is affective, and skills and abilities, which is psychomotor, and other intangible human qualities. These two words, philosophy and education, are distinct from each other, yet significantly connected disciplines which are supplementing and complementing each other. There are several philosophical views in education proposed by well-known traditional and contemporary philosophers. Among them are Aristotle, Plato, Dewey, Rousseau, Immanuel Kant, and others. And this afternoon, we will discuss the 7 philosophies of education. So we will understand what are the 7 philosophies of education. The first one, we have constructivism. So why we teach in constructivism? Constructivists seek to develop intrinsically motivated, independent learners, adequately equipped with learning skills for them to be able to construct knowledge and make meaning of them. The learners are taught how to learn. They are taught learning processes and skills such as searching, critiquing, and evaluating information, relating these pieces of information, as well as reflecting on the same, making meaning out of them. We have to drawing insights, posing questions, researching, and constructing new knowledge out of these bits of information learned. In the constructivist classroom, the teacher provides students with data or experience that allow them to hypothesize, predict, manipulate objects, pose questions, research, investigate, imagine, and invent. The constructivist classroom is interactive. It promotes dialogical exchange of ideas among learners and between teacher and learners. The teacher's role is to facilitate this process. We go now to essentialism. So why we teach in essentialism? So this philosophy contends teachers teach for learners to acquire basic skills, as well as the teachers teach not to radically reshape society, but rather to transmit the traditional moral values and intellectual knowledge that students need to become model citizens. Essentialist programs are academically rigorous. The emphasis is on academic content for students to learn the basic skills or the fundamental are like reading, writing, arithmetic, right conduct, as these are essential to the acquisition of higher or more complex skills needed in preparation for adult life. Essentialist teachers emphasize mastery of subject matter. They are seen as fountain of information and as paragon of virtue, if ever there is such person. To gain mastery of basic skills, teachers have to observe core requirements, longer school day, and a longer academic year. We go now to progressivism. Progressivist teachers teach to develop learners into becoming enlightened and intelligent citizens of the democratic society. So this group of teachers teaches learners so they may live life fully now, not to prepare them for adult life. So the progressivists are identified with need based in relevant curriculum. So this is a curriculum that responds to students' needs and that relates to students' personal lives and experience. Progressivists accept the impermanence of life and the inevitability of change. For the progressivists, everything else changes. Change is the only thing that does not change. Hence, progressivist teachers are more concerned with teaching the learners the skills to cope with change. Instead of occupying themselves with teaching facts or bits of information that are true today but become absolute tomorrow, they would rather focus their teaching on the skills or processes in gathering and evaluating information in problem solving. Progressivist teachers employ experiential methods. They believe that one learns by doing, which is from John Dewey, the most popular advocate of progressivism. Book learning is no subtitle for actual experience. One experiential teaching method that progressivist teachers heavily rely on is the problem-solving method. So this problem-solving method makes use of the scientific method. The fourth one is what we call the perennialism. So we are all rational animals. Schools should therefore develop the students' rational and moral powers. According to Aristotle, if we neglect the students' reasoning skills, we deprive them of the ability to use their higher faculties to control their passions and appetites. The perennialist curriculum is a universal one on the view that all human beings possess the same essential nature. It is heavy on the humanities on general education. It is not a specialist curriculum, but rather a general one. There is less emphasis on vocational and technical education. Philosopher Mortimer Adler claims that the great books of ancient and medieval as well as modern times are a repository of knowledge and wisdom, a tradition of culture which must initiate each generation. What the perennialist teachers teach are lifted from the great books. The perennialist classroom are centered around teachers. The teachers do not allow the students' interest or experience to substantially dictate what they teach. They apply whatever creative techniques and other tried and true methods which are believed to be most conducive to disciplining the student's mind. Students engage in Socratic dialogues or mutual inquiry sessions to develop an understanding of history's most timeless concepts. We go now to existentialism. So when we say existentialism, it is a philosophical or approach that emphasizes the existence of an individual person as a free and responsible agent determining their own development through acts of the will. So it means that every individual is unique and the sole judge of his or her own action. According to Kierkegaard, the individual is responsible for giving life meaning. Life should be lived sincerely and passionately in spite of obstacles, despair, absurdity, alienation, and boredom. Emphasize on concrete human experience or what we call a reaction against the abstraction of humanity resulting from science and philosophy. Next one, we have what we call behaviorism. So, behaviorism is psychological theory that focus on observable and measurable behaviors as the basis for understanding human and animal behavior. So, behaviorism theory emerged in early 20th century and focused on observable and measurable behaviors. So, it holds that behavior is shaped by environmental factors. For example, we have the rewards and we have the punishment rather than cognitive process. So if you are a behaviorist person, you believe that by understanding and manipulating these environmental factors, they can change or modify behavior in predictable ways. We have example of study rewards. A parent reward a child with candy for completing their homework as a means of incentivizing and reinforcing the behavior. So another one, we have animal training. Behaviorism can be applied in animal training by using rewards and punishment to modify their behavior. Over time, the animal will develop an association between the behavior and a reward. Next one, we have social reconstructionism. So what is social reconstructionism? Social reconstructionism, it is a philosophy that emphasizes the addressing of social questions and a quest to create a better society and worldwide democracy. We have here the significant goals for reconstructionism. The first one, we have here the social values, human justice, we have also the human community, economic justice, we have freedom and democracy, equality of opportunity, and we have world peace. To summarize our discussion for this afternoon, we have to go back to the philosophies of education. We have what we call the essentialism, which is learning the essential like the 3R. We have here the perennialism, utilizing the great books. And the third one, we have progressivism. We have learning by doing. Another one, we have existentialism, having individual choice. And the fifth one, we have behaviorism, modifying behavior. And the next one, we have constructivism, constructing meaning. And the last one, we have reconstructionism, having social reform. And that's the end of our discussion for this afternoon. So please prepare a piece of paper and answer the following activity. For your activity, we have to find out which philosophy you adhere. Write the letter of your choice. So letter A, we have progressivist, and for letter B, we have perennialist, And for letter C, we have essentialist. And for letter D, we have constructivist. For number 1 question, there is no substitute for concrete experience in learning. Just write the letter of the correct answer. Number 2 question, the focus of education should be the ideas that are as relevant today as when they were first conceived. Teachers must not force their students to learn the subject matter if it does not interest them. Number 4, schools must develop students' capacity to reason by stressing on the humanities. Number 5, in the classroom, students must be encouraged to interact with one another to develop social virtues such as cooperation and respect. the creative works of history's finest thinkers and writers. Expand their knowledge by helping them apply their previous experience in solving new problems. Number 8, our course of studies should be general, not specialized, liberal, not vocational, humanistic, not technical. Last one, we have schools should stress on the teaching of basic skills. That's the end of our evaluation for this afternoon. So, see you again for our next meeting. Just send your answer through PM, not later than 8 PM this evening. So again, thank you so much for coming. God bless everyone and see you again for our next lesson.